everyone, welcome to Ellis Mowers. I appreciate y'all watching the channel as always. Today we have a very similar mower to one that I just got done. It's a another yard machine. This one's a 14.5 horsepower with a 42-inch deck. The other one I had was a 14 horsepower with a 38. So very similar in nature. This one's a couple of years older though. I got it for free also. So it's like they multiply sometimes, right? What I know about this one is I got it from my uncle, first off. Second off, I was told that it just needs some fuel system work, so I just think I just need to do a carb on this thing. I've already washed it. Blades are actually decently sharp, so it's in pretty decent shape for its age, for it to be late 90s, early 2000s. So hopefully we can get this thing going fairly easily, and if we can, hopefully we'll get another riding mower ready to go. It has started raining a little bit more around here, and so the grass has been perking up a little bit more. Maybe I can snatch a couple of cheap mowers before fall. The cheap mowers seem to do a little bit better than the pricier ones when you get to this, because it gets hot outside and people are like, I can cut my grass for $300, $400, under $500 without a push mower. So that's hopefully what's going to happen here. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started on this. Again, if you have any questions about this video or any video on the channel, you can reach out to me, Ellis at ellismowers.com, or at ellismowers09 on Instagram and Facebook. I have affiliate links down below as well if you're interested in any of those products. Let's go ahead and get started on this yard machines. I'll give you a walk around and then we'll start working on the carb. Hopefully that's all we got to do. All right, let's start the walk around. Like I said, this is a 42-inch cut, 14.5 horsepower yard machines lawn tractor. It is, I don't know if y'all want to play guess of the year on this. If I'm going to guess, I'll let y'all make the guesses real quick. Give y'all a little bit of a walk around. You can see the deck is in decent shape. Mower overall is in pretty decent shape. Front two tires I think have a slow leak. That'll fix that with ATF. And no battery, or I had a battery, but it's I don't know if it's good or not. I've got it charging. It seemed like it was holding at about 11 volts, but I never gave it a full charge cycle, or maybe it won't go any higher than that. I might have to get my battery tester that I got from King Bowling. All right, guys. So let's, if y'all have guessed the year, let's see what. I know it has the original engine in it, so we'll see what we got here. This is a model. This is a 287707. Made in 2000, 0316, March 16th of 2000. So this is a 2000 model year. Y2K, baby. All right, so this has got the, I hate these hoods because they're like a three-piece hood. They've got this, they're mounted right here, and then mounted right here to the plastic piece, which always breaks. This one's no different. What I want to do is, I know I've got to get in the fuel system, and I know that this carb leaks, so this is just going to be a slap of carb on it and cruise on with it. I'm going to just get this panel off here. I have already washed the mower, as you can see. I'm trying to be better about that. Bunch of 3/8, and then I've got one screw down here. Got a 7/16 on the back, I think, of these two screws. These just have a clip that goes into them. Definitely will be replacing the air filter. The blades, do I even venture to sharpen the blades and try and fight through the rust to get them things off? We'll try. We'll get it on the jack and see if it'll do it. But first off, we're just gonna see, because this air filter is really dirty, we'll definitely be replacing that. Man, it's on there tight too. Ugh. There we go. So, good thing I just bought a bunch of these, so that's great. I got a bunch of these coming up, actually. These old 14.5 Briggs. Got a Murray back there that needs a governor. That'll be coming on the channel pretty soon also. You can see very clean under there. It's got like some cheap fuel line on it, so I bet that's what our problem is. We're just going to throw some fuel line and fuel filter on it once I get this panel off. So let me take the 3/8 right here, It's either a 3/8 or a 7/16 right there, and then that screw. I'll get this panel off. I'll try and keep the rest of this on because I don't really want to fight it. And we will get to the carb next. Alright guys, we have gotten that fender off. Well, the fender's off, and we're just kind of living with it here. Try and get this fuel line off the tank here. Ow, man. You gotta watch yourself. Ow. That'll definitely bleed. But fuel line's off. That has, it's one of them Marlboros with that plastic 90-degree. I hate those things because they never work right. They always corrode and fall off. So here's what we got to do. We've got to get. We're gonna do all this on camera if y'all don't mind. Let me get 7/16, 5/16, and 8mm, and we'll get this thing off pretty quickly here. All right. Let's go, guys. 7/16. Take it off. These two nuts here for your air filter. 5/16 on the top, right here. Takes off that portion. Okay. Alrighty, and another 5/16 in this case for the choke. We'll pull that out. Actually, what we can do is we can pull this air filter off first. You got your PCV on the bottom that you have to take off. There we go. And next, choke lever, 8mm. Takes off. Need a deep well, silly. Eight millimeter deep well takes these off. Never try unhooking linkages without doing this, because when you do, you're going to bend them up and screw them up. So carb is off, right? Let's take this thing off. Choke, we can just let it hang out right there. Throttle, we'll turn this way. Pull the governor spring and the main thing off. I've got a new carb sitting over here. This is the one that came off of the first yard machines that we worked on, that I thought had a carb issue because it was running rich, and it turned out that it was the cylinder head. So that's kind of interesting. I have a wasp that wants to join in on the fun here. I do need to find me a gasket though, so I'll go ahead and hook the choke up here. Let me find a gasket and we'll put this thing back on. Alright guys, gasket has been acquired. A lot of times what I do for these is put these bolts back in, get the gasket in there on both sides. Come on. There we go. And we just keep screwing them in. Basically, we're going to do the reverse of what we just did. 8mm. If you use an impact, be very careful. I use a little 1/4 inch. That way I have a less of a chance of having an issue when it comes to that. Get this needle back in all the way because I was trying to test that whenever I was doing this. Choke, and we're ready to put the air filter cover back on, and we'll do that. So PCB is going back on as we speak. All right, perfect. 2.7 millimeters there. Or 7/16. Putting these back on. I've already emptied the tank and everything, so whatever gas was in it is gone. Tank looks fairly clean, so I'm not going to worry about washing it out or anything. And we'll put this 5/16 bolt back on. Well, we'll attempt to at least. I sometimes do this to show you all that I actually do work instead of talk all the time. Sometimes I get comments be like, spends more time talking, making the repairs, making the videos longer than he should. Well, those folks know that when they click on the video and see that it's 30, 40 minutes long, that it's probably not going to be a quick step-by-step. So we've got, there's already enough people that do that out there. I don't need to just do the same thing everybody else does, right? So we've got the air filter housing back on, and I have to be really careful with this. So I've got the choke pushed all the way out, and I've got the cable. Don't need to go too heavy on that. Get the choke to work. Choke is working inside. So that's how you put the carb back on. Obviously, you've got to put an air filter on it still, and put the housing on it, as well as fuel lines. I'll do those three things. Well, I'm going to do the fuel lines off camera. We're going to see if this thing will run after that. If it does, I'll go ahead and put all this good stuff back on, and then we'll test out the driving and the mowing portion of it. Alright guys, I've got everything hooked up, including fuel lines. Put a little bit of gas in it. I'm going to see if it cranks. Put a battery in it as well. Just hope the starter solenoid's good. Check the oil before I get in trouble. It's enough to run it for a minute. pleased with that. Headlights? Hey! Headlights work. Alrighty. Great, runs good. Got a little surging going on, but we'll address that here in just a second. Might have to pull that throttle needle out just a little bit. See if that helps. Amp meter even works. It's great. Runs better like that. That's good. Let me put the side panel on and drive it around a little bit, make sure everything works on it. Might cut some of the backyard with it, take some pictures of it, and get this thing out of here. I think I can pull between 350 and 400 out of one of these little guys. That's usually about the going rate for them around here. Hopefully. We'll see. Alright guys, so I'm about at the point where I just need to take this thing on a nice little ride, and I don't think there's going to be any problems with it. I'm going to go ahead and take pictures before I cut with it. And this thing should be ready to rock and roll. I'm excited, ready to be done with another mower. A quick flip too, especially coming off of that other yard machines. Felt like it took forever. Do have a little bit of oil smoke. That's just from where I couldn't get all of the muffler cleaned off from the old oil, and so it's kind of burning itself off right now. Everything I see, it doesn't look like there's anything leaking over there, or leaking enough for it to matter. You can kind of maybe see a little smoke residual right there. Like I said, I just need to get this thing a good little run in the backyard because it ain't cut grass in about 5 years, and we should be good to go. I mean, this thing is not perfect, but it starts, runs, drives, cuts just like one would need it to, and that's really all we need out of this thing. Again, this may be a $400 mower. I'll probably list it for $425, take $350 to $375 for it. I mean, I'm not going to be very greedy on these things because I know what they're worth. If I get more than that for it, I'm going to be doing pretty good anyways, especially this time of year. And the mower shops, or I'm not the mower shops, but like the Lowe's and the Home Depots and the Tractor Supplies got mowers out the wazoo this year, unlike last year. So got a lot of things working against me. Anyways, that's this. We'll go ahead and wrap it up. I already showed you it runs, drives, cuts. Nothing has changed about it. pull that air fuel mix out a little bit, runs a little better. Put some ATF in the front tires, and blades are already sharp enough. I don't really need to worry about them. So I think we're good to go. I'll take some pictures of this thing. We'll wrap this video up. Alright guys, that is all for this one. I think I was due for an easy one, and I'm glad this one was. I felt the drive belts. I don't feel any cracks or anything. It drives fine. The deck belt may be a little stretched out, but it'll catch once you get down about the second notch or so, and that's still plenty high on this mower. Again, like I said, it's probably 400 to 425 is what I'm going to list it for. Probably realistically going to get in the mid threes for it. These don't bring a ton of money, but these older yard machines, they age okay. I think they age better than some of the newer stuff. Still kind of on the cheaper side, obviously, because they're just residential stuff. Nowhere near as good as a Craftsman, in my opinion. But this thing, like I said, I got this one for free as well, just like the other yard machines y'all saw on the channel. And luckily, all I needed was a carb and some fuel lines and some gas and a battery to get this one going. Happy about that. Thank you all again for watching this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and just glad this one was a much easier one. It was nice to turn this one around literally in about an hour and a half, so that was awesome. Again, if you have any questions about this video, feel free to reach out to me, Ellis at ellismowers.com, or at ellismowers09 on Instagram and Facebook. I've already took pictures of it. I'm going to go cut the backyard with it, see if this thing will run and cut the backyard. If so, it gets listed tonight. Hopefully it'll sell here before the fall. We'll find out. Thank you all again for all the support for the channel. I have affiliate links down below if you're interested in any of those products, and I will catch y'all on the next video. See you then.